No, I can't do his accent, so I'm not going to try it. This is actually a very serious video. I recognized at a very young age that I wasn't interested in sex and that it was used as a tool to hurt people. Both forcing people's will and also blaming people. Assigning to them blame where it didn't belong, the same as you do to autistic people. They must deserve it for being different and all of that. I don't want that anymore. I don't want to become a woman, but I don't want to be a man either. I'm fine with peeing out of a straw. I'm asking for gender removal surgery. If you can help me to remove my genitalia legally, I want to go to a doctor and get it done legally and get it just taken care of, get it all gone. I don't want my reproductive organs because I don't have any interest in using them for reproducing. If a woman is pressuring me to have sex with her and is going to go completely fucking psycho on me because she feels that I owe it to her when she's drunk to have sex with her, I don't want her to be able to say later on, oh, well, Sean was trying to do this or Sean was trying to do that. I want to be able to reject her outright and say, I don't have the equipment to do that. I want to be able to honestly tell a woman who is having insistence that I give her what she wants right now. I want to be able to tell her, I am a eunuch, okay? I can't give you what you are asking for. I cannot give you what you're expecting. Before Natalie was killed, I made a post about that. I don't have the money to get it removed. When I was a little kid, I knew that having that was a hindrance. Even as a kid, I could see around me how that was a hindrance. How it was assumed, even if a girl started wailing on a boy on the playground, the question was always asked of him, well, what did you do to deserve it? And she got away with it. That easy. Kind of like when girls learn that if you kick a boy in the crotch around 5th grade, you know, your dad or your uncle wants to show you how to defend yourself against a pedophile, so you're going to try it on another 5th grader. And you do the giggling thing. You're giggling because you've already got it decided. When he comes up, you're going to kick him in the nuts. It's going to be fucking hilarious. So you call over the nerdiest one over, right? And he's already seen you do this, or one of your friends, when they found out about it, do this to somebody else. We already know it's coming. It's usually on the basketball court. And it's literally the same exact things that the girls in 5th grade do when it's a boy that they're attracted to. They're all over there giggling and they call you over and you go over and one of them smiles at you real big and she's being real friendly and then boom, there goes that knee right into your balls. Like, what the fuck? Well, what'd you do to her to get kneed in the nuts? Fucking A, dude. What the hell's wrong with you? I don't want them. I didn't ask for them. I did not ask to be born with this genitalia. I did not ask for you to blame me for everything because I have this genitalia. I didn't ask for you to expect special rights and special treatment out of me. I didn't ask for you to hold that bias just because I have a penis. I didn't ask for you to be sexually active and think that it's okay for you to be sexually active, but to pretend that I must be a pervert who's out to rape children because I have a penis. My brain is not fucking wired that way, you fucking twits. TWITS. I don't want my parts. It is a hindrance. I don't want someone to be able to stare at me going across a parking lot. And then if I look up and I make eye contact because there's somebody blatantly staring at me, I can see him out of my peripherals, especially when it's somebody who's approaching for 20 feet away. And as they approach and I try to step so there's extra added room for them. Even then, it's as they go by. 1 second of making eye contact, and magically I must be a rapist. I must be feeling extra rapey today. Why are you allowed to stare at me as you go through a parking lot, but I'm not allowed to make eye contact with you while you're staring at me? How is that not fucking creepy? How about when you can throw a tantrum because you dropped your pacifier in a Walmart parking lot in Hood River, and I say, "Excuse me, miss," and you want to flip your shit? Fine, I'll go the other fucking way. I will go completely the other fucking way. And I will tell you, I'm getting completely the fuck away from you. Leave me alone. But then I'm not allowed to do that. She's allowed to yell at me. But then I'm being vicious and malicious because I'm yelling, "Leave me alone. Leave me alone." I tried to do a nice thing. You started flipping out. I'm leaving. Leave me alone. And yeah, in that situation, I might say that I'd this or I'd that if somebody did that to me. But the reality is I'll still walk their wallet, their pacifier, their purse, their whatever they dropped. Even though the way they treated me over their assumptions, y'all say, "Oh, well, if somebody treats you like that, you should just take their purse, take the money out, throw it in the garbage." They obviously didn't want it. They were more interested in being an asshole than they were in their things. And I might say that that's what I'd do, but the reality is that's not what I would do. I know that because it's not what I do. The reality of the situation is that I have been in those situations, and what I do isn't that. Being a disabled homeless man is a fucking nightmare. I didn't ask for my friends and family to not actually love me. I didn't ask for them to be superficial and to care about looks, to care about gender, to care about bias, to care about what other people think. Well before Natalie was killed, I made a post about how I want my parts removed. I don't want a woman to be able to victimize me at any point in time and pretend it's because I'm rapey because I have a penis. I'm not Rain Aiken. Rain Aiken has a penis, uses it for actually raping his little sister. And I'm supposed to identify Rain as a woman. No. No. I don't care how you fucking identify rape is wrong. But it's also obviously wrong for a male who has been victimized to turn in his predators. It's obviously wrong for him to do that. You have shown that loud and clear. Well, how about if I'm not a man? How about if I'm a straw? Since we want to identify as a human being based on our genitalia, let me tell you something. My body, my choice. It is not your place to try to talk me out of that. It is not your place to tell me, "Oh, Sean, you might want to have kids later on. You might find the right woman." Like fucking hell I will. I'm not Channing Tatum, and I have accepted that. I'm also not some fucking perverted pedophile, fucking child molesting goddamn rapist. And if I have no male equipment to rape somebody with, I don't need the benefit of the doubt on anything. I don't have the equipment to do it. But I do have the equipment to do it, don't I? Whether I want it or not, I don't have the money to get rid of it. I don't have the money to remove my penis. I think it's cruel to bring children into this world, and I don't want to bring a child into this world on accident. I don't want to be pressured again into having sex with somebody that I'm not interested in having sex with. I didn't want to have sex with Brianna Hernandez Cordona. I only had sex with her once. I didn't want to have sex with Rihanna Ingersoll either. And I only had sex with her once. And that's all of the sex I've had in my life. Consensual anyway. Because when I was a kid, people didn't ask me if they could do that. They just did it. I've already been demasculated because I admit that I was sexually molested. I've already been demasculated as a man because I admit that I was raped. I'm already demasculated as a man because I told on female predators to cops. I've already been demasculated as a man. I'm fine with that. I identify as a lesbian, but I don't care. I identify as a lesbian who's only attracted to lesbians because if a lesbian is attracted to me, then she's not a lesbian. Sounds complicated, don't it? Not really. Gives me a valid excuse to not be interested in fucking anybody. And I don't like it when a drunk woman expects me to have sex with her and to cross the threshold when I walk her home when she's drunk. How about I walk you to the threshold like a gentleman and you let me be a fucking gentleman? How about if the only expectation that I have of you is you let me be good to you? That was the deal me and Natalie had. If you won't let me be good to you, I'll just leave. If you're going to insinuate and assume the worst, I don't want to be around you. If you're going to blame me for your decisions and your arguments, I don't want to be around you. When you and your sister are fighting over a boy, that's not my business and not my fault. If I'm the boy that you and your sister are fighting over, I'm not a boy. I'm a person. I wasn't interested in sex with you to begin with. And it hurts me greatly that after trying to show you that I loved you, that you were my friend, that you had expectations or assigned expectations that you had to me. I never wanted to date you. I never wanted to date any of you. I was willing to lose my virginity to Jamie Curtis because I didn't want to lose my best friend. But by that point, it was already done and over with. And I just had to accept it. When I zipped up my equipment and was bleeding like a stuck pig and had it wrapped in toilet paper, and she was telling me, Sean, if you were any slower, you'd be the Virgin Mary, because by that point, she had told me when she was sober that she wanted to have sex with me, but she was going to drink first. I'd always told her, if I'm not good enough for you when you're sober, you can't have me when you're drunk. And when she was drunk, she nearly always made a play for me. Or she invited a bunch of people over and she tried to see how many she could make jealous and throw tantrums, which is fucking crazy. The thing is, I screwed up my chance. It was a chance I didn't even want. If you won't let me be good to you, that's on you. That's your choice. But if you won't let me be good to you, the least you can do is let me leave. If you think that being abusive to me is letting me be good to you, it's not. I don't want to be good to you when you're mean. I don't want to be good to you when you're assigning mean shit to me. I just want to get as far away from you as possible. I want to make sure I don't give you the opportunity to do it to me ever again. The further away I get away from you, the easier that is. I don't want to have a penis. It allows too many people too many excuses. Kind of like the whole point with the Boulder Police Department. They wanted to pretend like I tried to assault them and I tried to bite them. I have 0 teeth. 0 teeth. I don't have a single tooth in my head. Jerry Sparks can verify that, as well as the situation when I got my teeth pulled out. If I don't have a penis, you can't accuse me of raping you without getting showed up to be a goddamn fool for making false charges. We've weaponized gender and weaponized vaginas and penises. And the fact that a woman at any point in time can pretend that she's feeling like you might be rapey and automatically you are guilty. If you don't have sex with her at the end of the night and she's pissed off at you and wants to hold a grudge the next day, what's to stop her from going around to all your friends and saying that you raped her? Now imagine if I have no penis and everyone knows it. Every one of my friends and family knows that I have no penis, I have no testicles, I have a straw. And somebody tries to pretend like I raped her. Goes around saying, oh yeah, really? I can even tell you how big his penis is. Ha! No, you can't. He doesn't have one. When a trans person tries to peer pressure me and say that I'm a horrible person, I'm prejudiced against them because I won't have sex, what are you expecting me to fuck you with? My body, my choice. When I was born, my genitalia was mutilated against my will before I was even old enough to consent. Before I could even consent. Before I could even say yes or no. My genitalia was mutilated. And I'm told that it's for her pleasure. For her pleasure. Oh, Sean, you should be glad that you got snipped. Because it's for her pleasure. Well, let me tell you something. I want it all gone. I never asked for you to snip it for her pleasure. I never gave permission for that. And obviously, that for her pleasure that you keep telling me about, I don't enjoy it. And I'm not exactly the woman that people throw themselves at. Except when I explain to them that I'm not interested in sex. And I have to try to let them down nicely. Because if I don't let them down nicely, they might get a complex and pretend I called him fat or ugly. He thinks I'm ugly. Did you call her ugly? No, I didn't. I refuse to have sex with her because I don't want to have sex. It's gross. It's snot swapping. Are you trying to say that she's snotty? Fucking A. You can't say nothing. I've seen how differently women and men have been treated my entire life. I've seen more women hit men than the other way around, by a lot. Most of the time when I see a man hitting another person, it's another man. And most of that time it's because there's a woman playing head games. Sometimes you run into somebody who's really good at it, like Jamie Curtis, and she's able to achieve her goals and get what she wants out of all of those men without any actual violence. Sometimes you get somebody like Shea Burton who just is a little attitude, and she got that attitude because if she started shit with somebody, if she started shit with a man, well, they're not going to be fighting with her. They're going to fight with her and Theo. She wanted to run around there, Shea Burton, pretending like she was a little fucking thug lifer. Like she was hard, trying to speak Ebonics like she was black. Like, goddamn. I can see that lots of y'all try to set up something that you really ain't. Like Theo thinking he was a gangster, and his wife thinking she was a gangster, and you a big fucking pimp and blah blah. I don't fucking care. There ain't no place for me to go because I'm homeless. The least you could do is relieve me of my male equipment so that there is less excuses to harm me. Harm reduction. If I have no penis and I have no testicles, then people can't harm me by pretending I raped them. Or accusing me of raping somebody else like what Maddie Boa did. Fuck that bullshit. Natalie Marie Bollinger never once accused me of raping or molesting her. Same thing with Alicia Michelle Bollinger. But you get to see all these sick fucks and how they play that shit like because I have a penis and I'm unattractive, I must fucking deserve it. I must only be after sex because I'm so ugly that if you wanted to play with me, wanted the dog to play with me, you'd have to tie a stake around my neck and so on and so on and so on. And I must have a tiny penis because I stand up for myself. It's fucking insanity. So if any of y'all want to have a fundraiser, whether you like me or hate me, you guys don't want me to have a penis anyway, do you? Well, neither do I. I don't want it. I don't want it. It's just an excuse for you racist fucks and you sexist fucks to do shitty things to me. When you ask me to help you move out of another shitty situation, I don't want to be put into a situation again where a woman feels that she's supposed to thank me with sex. If I can tell her that I'm a eunuch and say so honestly, I've got a valid excuse for not accepting it, instead of her getting angry or irate or crying as if I'm saying she's ugly. When a man says no, you want to peer pressure him into having sex with you by pretending he's saying you're ugly? Are you fucking insane? Good to be radio. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and your sister's too, and no victim left behind. Also, I don't care what group you want to assign yourself to. Sexual assault is never okay. And physical assault is never okay. And no matter what the law may say, you always have the right to defend yourself. Regardless of age, regardless of gender, regardless of religion, regardless of skin color. That goes for both you and your assailant.